The United States says that it is locked and loaded, but for the last 24 hours and a couple of nights as well, it has chosen not to strike Iran. Instead, Washington is giving diplomacy another chance. The pause, however, has raised a bigger question, and that is if President Donald Trump is beginning to realize that this war is with no easy exit. Trump is feeling trapped in the war that America started is also the question. For months, the White House projected confidence, insisting that military pressure would force Iran to back down. But after weeks of relentless strikes and retaliation, the battlefield has reached a temporary standstill. It was while speaking to Fox News on Sunday, U.S. Ambassador Mike Waltz said President Donald Trump was deliberately allowing diplomacy to take center stage.
As the president said, we are locked and loaded. Even more assets are going into theater. But he's giving talk some space. He's giving it a little bit of room. We've had both Oman and Iran and a number of our other negotiators engaged at every level, from the most senior levels all the way down to the technical level over the past few weeks, and particularly in the past few days.
Even so, Washington has been insisting that it remains prepared to act. Waltz dismissed reports that the administration was worried about running low on air defense munitions. The military campaign had been relentless for 13 consecutive nights. U.S. forces struck Iranian targets, saying that the objective was to reduce Tehran's ability to threaten shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. Trump has not publicly addressed the latest pause, but he posted AI-generated images on Truth Social that depicted U.S. aircraft bombing Iranian ships and Kharg Island, thereby signaling that U.S. military pressure remains an option.
The realistic scenario is that they both understand that this cannot continue like this forever. The United States can't afford to continue to exhaust supplies of its munitions. It can't afford the economic hit of all of this. And of course, as you said in your report, the American midterms are only 100 days away.
According to reports, the decision to halt the bombing followed advice from senior military officials. They believed that the campaign had achieved most of its objectives and that further strikes would yield limited gains. Meanwhile, the Pentagon has updated its casualty figures. More than 140 additional wounded service members have been added to its official database. It has revised figures which show that Operation Epic Fury has now left 14 U.S. service members dead and over 400 others wounded. The updated numbers came after the Pentagon revised down casualty figures that had been reported only days earlier. In response, Tehran has responded by announcing that it had suspended its retaliatory attacks. The country claims that the United States is now stuck and struggling in a war it cannot win. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail Bhagai has said that Tehran remains firmly in control of the Hormuz Strait and is not seeking direct talks with Washington.
We have never allowed and we will never allow the United States to determine when there is war or peace. We will defend ourselves whenever our interests require it, whenever our circumstances require it. Whenever we believe we can use diplomacy as a tool to safeguard our national interests, we will certainly use it as such.
Now, even as the strikes have stopped and so are the retaliatory strikes that have come to a standstill, Iran faces growing pressure along its southern coastline, where the U.S. Navy continues to maintain a blockade around the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has also said that the United States is not participating in its discussions with Oman over the administration of the key shipping route. For now, the fighting has paused, but the war is far from over. The silence on the battlefield may have created space for diplomacy, but the question is whether it leads to peace or simply another round of fighting remains to be seen in the days to come.